Hi Nikhil, how are you?
Yes, sir. Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good too, thank you. So can you tell me something about yourself?
Yes, sir. Hi, myself Nikhil, and I work as a manual tester in the last 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, my last working company was a Cypher software, and I work as a manual tester. I and my main the platform domain was a crypto and blockchain.
Mm-hmm.
So the projects I work those are related to crypto and blockchain, and in that also I majorly work on the trading parts. So we used to work crypto exchanges. So I in that crypto exchanges, uh, my part is to test the trade model. The trade model, which includes the trade matching engine, the placing of orders, canceling of orders, partial matching,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, the auto related things I used to test. And apart from it, wallet is there. So wallet like crypto tokens are there for this deposit and withdrawals will happen. So for that, I used to check the successful or failure of the deposits of crypto tokens
Mm-hmm.
or crypto coins and withdrawals of the coins as well. So this is about me, and I have completed my bachelor's of engineering in IT in 2017.
Okay,
So this
great.
is about me.
Okay, great. So very good knowledge about cryptocurrency, right? So let's come with the first question. So you are not comfortable with automation, right? Then let me
Sir,
clear. Hmm.
yeah, I was working with one of the project, but and
Hmm.
it was actually it was good, like stable project. So
Hmm.
I started exploring the automation. So I
Hmm.
started learning the Selenium with Java.
Hmm.
So I learn about the locators and some for loops and
Hmm.
like Java there. So I learned the basic things about it. The Selenium like TestNG framework and Cucumber, like those I'm still exploring and I'm learning.
Okay.
And I got the chance to apply it. Like one of my friend was there, so he wanted
Hmm.
to list his products. Like he was a like e-commerce platform was there, and he
Hmm.
wanted to list his products on that platform. So
Okay.
products was already there on the website,
Hmm.
and he wanted to list those products. And but it was taking like 15 to 20 minutes to list one product, like to grab the descriptions and all
Okay.
the products. Actually, products were already there on the websites.
Hmm.
He was having some people with him, so they were doing this work manually. So he
Hmm.
asked me to help him out. So I developed a small Selenium code which
Okay.
will help it to the page. We grab the details, images, and product details, and navigate to the login and navigate to the seller accounts, and he will add the product details and list the product
Hmm.
in his seller. So I got chance
Okay.
to do this, and not like hands-on experience on project side and in company side.
Mm-hmm. Okay, fine. So now let us start with the first. So this is a scenario-based question. So let me share my screen.
Okay.
Mm, Okay. Okay, so this is a use case, right? You are able to see my screen, right?
Yes.
Mm. So this is a use case, right? And you have to come up with a test plan, right? So use cases, a website is being launched for the very first time that says digital music. Okay, you can play music in this particular
Mm,
website, any music,
mm,
traditional, religious, hip hop, Hollywood, Bollywood, anything, right? So you have to
okay.
create a test plan for this, right? So what would be your outline for the test plan?
Okay.
Hmm.
Uh, for test plan, the document you mean, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So first of all, test plan consists like several parts. We include the uh, what we plan the testing, we plan the strategy, we plan the approaches, and we plan for the resources as well, and we plan the environments. So and the execution criteria and the test closure as well in the test plan. So this is the digital music, right? So for that, uh, uh, like I will plan for the what is the strategy we are going to use. So this is a music related thing is there. So uh, like which audio player should we use? Like how it should work? Like online, it will be online or like it will be offline. Buffering is also there. So these kind of scenarios are there that we will first plan and yeah, then we will write the test cases according to it.
Mhm.
And uh, we write the after that once we set up the environment as well,
Mhm.
and once the code is deployed to the environment, then we will start the execution of the test cases, and the uh, yeah, we will execute the test cases, and whatever the results like the results will be there. We will mention it in the test closures. Also, we will mention the test data or what are the test data we required in that. So this all will include in the test plan for the digital music project.
Right, right. So this was about the QA process that you will be coming up with the requirements, you will be testing it, you will be documenting the test cases, you will be executing them, right? Now, when this question is asked to you about test plan, so what you can do is you can high level first. So initial answer that you are giving, on the lines like what would be your testing approach? How will you test them? What will be your testing environment and all those things that you can continue on the same lines, right? So that is more of a test plan. Then comes about the
Okay.
QA process. In the test plan again, you can also include how you will be testing, whether it would be a manual based testing or it will be an automation. What would be your entry and exit criteria, right, for testing? When will you come up with a decision that you are good to go with the sign off, when you are good to
Yes.
go with this particular build or release? Which are the
Okay.
testing person that you will be involving in your team for doing testing? How many members would be there? What is involved in testing? So what is there in the scope of the testing, what is not there in the scope of the testing? These all things you can document in your test plan itself, right? Second thing
Yes.
is,
Right.
yeah, so apart from this, you can also include about the baseline, about the performances. For example, you would have had a word with some stakeholders or your project managers, and they are expecting that this should be the performance benchmark of this application at this particular time, or how many concurrent users should be able to use this particular app during the single time,
Right.
right? To what level the songs should be played, what should be the performance, what should be the benchmark, what should be the baseline criteria. All those things should be included in the test plan itself, right? So this will be your outline for the test plan. Okay, now let's come to the second scenario based question. So let's say you have one web application in a server, right, which is accessible to a particular set of people. Okay, now on some unusual day, you find that all the people are able to access your web application. How would you
Mm.
troubleshoot this issue?
This actually application is uh, application access is given to the like few of people, like close group of people.
Correct,
Okay.
correct. For example,
So
let's take an example of your cryptocurrency itself. You have this cryptocurrency application which can be
yeah.
accessible to a team of financial department, right? It cannot be accessed to the team of engineering, HR, uh, some manufacturing group. But on
Yeah.
unusual day, you find that all the people from all the departments are able to access that cryptocurrency app. So the security is being broken. It has been breached, right? Now, how
Yeah.
would you troubleshoot this issue?
Uh, this like role based access I
Absolutely.
will talk.
Yeah. Yeah. Role-based
So
access control has been broken. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, that I will first check and troubleshoot the things. Other part I will say uh, uh, the other people they are I will make sure the other people are not using the credentials which are given to like we have given to the authorized people. Like the close you like other people not using the close you group people's credentials.
Okay, okay.
This
So
way
no
they
one
can.
is sharing, yeah, no one is sharing somebody else's credentials. They are using their own
Okay,
credentials, and using them only they are able to access the web application.
okay.
Mm,
So yeah, role this is coming in my mind. Also, I
mm,
will check in the system like database that anyone is accessing the platform. Uh, they are like what permissions we have given to their account. So that I will also check.
mm.
This is coming in my mind right now.
Okay, okay. Now let's say you have to troubleshoot this issue. Okay. So whenever you
Hmm.
are troubleshooting the issue, you will see the impacted area. For example, there will be some admin privileges in that particular application which are not working, right? So you will see from which build that functionality is not working. Okay, so how will you trace the build? So you will be opening the release notes of the builds that have been receiving. Maybe you might be receiving every day, you might be receiving alternate day, depends on org to org level, right? So you
Right.
will go through the release notes. From the release notes, you will identify, okay, was there some enhancement that was done pertaining to those privileges or pertaining to those role-based access control, or was there something related to a bug fixing that was done in that area? Okay, so slowly and
Okay.
gradually you will try to first establish the dots.
Yeah.
Now next
Yeah.
thing is to connect these dots. Okay, so once you find if it is an enhancement, okay, then you will have a word with the development team. You will go through the
Yeah.
impacted areas in the Jira ticket, right? What are the impacted areas? Who had tested it?
Mm.
Who has developed it? Okay, this is
Okay.
about the STLC side. Okay, now let's look it from the analytical perspective. Okay,
Okay.
it's an unusual day and all the people are able to access that particular web application. Okay, now what does that mean? Is there anything apart from this role based? Is there any license being allocated to some other users? Maybe, for example, some users had some consumer related licenses, but now have they got some super admin related licenses? Maybe their licenses had got expired and their licenses got renewed to automatically to the higher standards or higher roles,
Okay.
right? So that can also happen. You can also check
Yes.
the API. In the Postman tool, you can hit an API and you can check with various users' credentials. You can create your dummy test users with various accounts and you can check, okay, what is the response that you are getting when you hit the API with those request parameters, right? Are you getting 401k? So 401 unauthorized should be the response if some particular user is not having access. But if everyone is having access, then definitely it's a backend issue. It's not a front end issue. If it's a backend issue, it might happen. There might be a caching issue, right? Someone would have got the access before it got revoked,
Yes.
but still,
Yeah.
as they are in the same browser, they are able to access it, right? So these are the different aspects on the basis of which you can troubleshoot this issue. Okay.
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 Understood.
Now, yeah. Okay. Now, can you tell me what is the QA process that you are following? So you don't need to take the name of the project or the company. On
Mm.
a generic level, what is the QA process that you are following?
Uh, Sir, first of all, we have BA, and
Mm,
he used to communicate with the client and stakeholders.
mm,
And once he got all the requirements and all, so he is communicating with us, like Dave and PA.
mm,
Once we communicate, then PA side, like we used to write the test cases and
mm,
simultaneously developers start writing the codes
mm,
and at like once the coding part is done, then developers are giving us the build and
mm,
we start testing. Like, yeah.
mm.
The
And then,
times,
yeah.
yeah. Sometimes what happens, sir? I am like at like my role is like kind of SME as well, subject matter expert as well.
Mm-hmm,
So sometimes developers like they are not aware about the exchanges. Will know about the exchanges products. So I used to help them out with the integration part of the other exchanges as well.
mm-hmm,
And I also work with them like I will say like white box texting as well. I
Mm,
also include with them while they are coding. Um yeah, I help them out. So once they once we found that yeah the code is stable, then they gave us the build, and
mm, mm,
I checked it thoroughly, and once I found it is completed, like no issues found at my side, or like minor issues are there, then we
mm.
are going to for that build.
Okay, okay. So which are the different types of testing that you perform?
Once they gave us the build, then smoke testing, and
Mm,
after that regression we have done, and
mm,
yes, as well we have done, and ad hoc also we have done. Yeah,
mm. Okay. Okay. Do you refer architecture diagram of a software before testing it?
no sir.
No. So see, architecture diagram is a very important thing. One should always refer architecture diagram so that they can come to know about the technical depth of the application, right? So sometimes when you are doing functional testing or you are doing non-functional testing, when you have to do performance testing, security testing, if you know in and out of the architecture of what your software
Mm,
has been created for, then
mm,
it will you will be add the you will be able to add the quality into the test cases, right? So one
right.
one aspect is we are writing straightforward test cases, whether this particular thing is working as per expected result or not. We are testing with
Mm,
various test data. But when you do performance testing, when you do concurrent testing, if you are having idea about the architecture of the software, you would be able to break the application as per the customer ways, as they will be using, as the end user will be using, right? So it's very important if you refer architecture diagram. Okay. Okay, can you tell me the functional test scenarios for Amazon cart functionality? You are aware about Amazon website, right? We have add to
yes,
cart functionality, right? So can you tell me the high level test scenarios?
uh,
Hmm.
can I just open the Amazon website just for reference?
I'll open it for you. Okay. So let's say open this Amazon website itself. Okay. Is my screen visible?
Yes, now.
Yeah. Yeah. So now let's say if I have to add this product to the cart. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So can you tell me which are the different functional test scenarios?
Uh, yeah, first of all, product details should be open, the product details
Mm,
page,
mm,
and after that, details of the product should get displayed, and the price should get displayed correctly. Like
mm,
if discount is there, then discount is also displayed.
mm,
At the right side, uh, from which seller it is displaying, that is also I will check. And
mhm.
the make quantity, how much quantity I am going to add, that should be correct.
Okay.
And once I click on the add card, and then the product should get added into the cart, and uh, once the product is added to the card, the add to card button should get changed to go to the card
Mm,
to see what are the products that I have added. And if I want to add more items by changing the quantity, then again I should able to add the products in the card.
mm,
And another scenario, like if I want to buy right now, then I will click on the buy and buy now button, and it will redirect it to the payment page. Once my selection with the product is done, then I will click on the right top of the cart icon, By doing this, I should navigate to the card, and whatever products I have added into the card, that it should get display like all the products along with the quantity. There should I should able to increase or decrease the quantity of the product. And if I want to delete any product, then I should able to delete the products as well from my card. There is one more option, sir.
Hmm.
Save for later. So if the
Okay,
product I don't want to purchase it right now, then I
hmm,
can save it for later as well.
correct.
Similarly, you can do vice versa as well. If
Hmm.
already added product in the save for later, that I should able to add in the cart. And uh, once the all products are once the product list is final, then I should able to see the count of the products. And another point is I should able to see and like the sum of the product, price of the all the product, that should be tally that should be correct. uh, Once these all things are valid, then I will click on the purchase button. And the next step is the select delivery address and the payment code. Yes, that's it.
Correct, correct. And then once you select the product into the cart, there should be a notification there that one product or two products have been added into the cart, notification flag, right? So
Notifications.
rest all test
Correct.
scenarios you have covered, right? Okay. Okay. Now, how will you handle the conflicts with the developers or other team members when there are differences in the opinions regarding the testing process?
Uh, if developer is denying if he's saying that if I raise any bug and
Hmm.
developer is denying that it is not the bug, then I will say uh, I will first check uh, I will check the bug once again that it is
Hmm.
like correct, it is reproducible again and again or not.
Hmm. Hmm.
This I will, and I will confirm it. Uh, yeah, I will do this before posting to Dev as well, and
Hmm.
after posting it, so I will check it again once again.
Hmm.
Then I will check for the test cases,
Hmm.
all the steps and all the scenarios that I have mentioned. Those are correct. Like if I'm doing any any steps I'm doing wrongly, that is causing this bug. Uh, yeah, then that these test case steps is also correct, then I will check the requirement documents.
Hmm. Hmm.
And I will see like yes, according to requirement this is not working correctly and there is a bug. So I will explain this to the developer as well.
Hmm.
And I will also inform to respective PA or like product owner and product manager as well. Yes, like this is the case and there is the bug. And once they confirm it, then I will log that bug into bug tracking tool like Jira or Twitter. So this way I will process.
Okay. Okay. Great. Now, this is about the aspect when the dev team or the developer is not accepting the defect that you have logged. If there are some conflicts with the QA process, then you can discuss with the team. You can set up a meeting, maybe on Teams
Okay.
call or online, or you can have an in-person call. You can book some conference room and involve your manager, your leads, as well as Scrum Master, everyone, right? And then you can walk them through the process. So this will be the QA process. If the smoke testing, for example, is getting failed for any build, you will definitely reject that build. You will not be proceeding ahead, right? So certain these kind of criteria you will have to set up with them. You will have to
Yeah.
streamline this QA process. You will have to uh, make them understand that this is very important as a part of QA process. For another thing can be that the unit test case coverage, right? Before they give you the functionality for testing, have they written the unit test cases for those? So that this is again one of the part of your process. So all these things you should prepare one document, prepare one checklist and share with them. and then you can call a meeting. Okay, this is the QA process. If there is any conflict, if there is anything that they have a problem with, you can discuss on that forum.
Okay,
Okay,
I
so
got
that's how you can resolve the conflicts
conflicts.
regarding the testing process. Okay,
Okay.
then okay, what do you know about API testing?
Uh, so API testing that I have started recently actually,
Mm-hmm.
and in API testing, developer used to write the API, and at our side, they used to give us collections
Mm-hmm.
of the APIs, and I used to import it in my Postman applications, and once they like once the uh, collection I got, then I used to set the base URL and endpoint URL.
Mm-hmm.
Like if when developers use, they give us like localhost URL
Okay.
in that, and we used to set up the like test environment or like the environment is there, then we
Mm-hmm.
used to set up the URL as a base URL, and the next is the endpoint URL we used to set up. After that, uh, when we select the method, like post method or a get method is there, so we
Mm-hmm.
used to select the method, and we input the query parameters
Mm-hmm.
and also headers are there, so headers we include the token if required, IP address or platform is there, so this thing if required, then uh, we add it, and in query params, I will give examples. Like if there is a like in exchange, if I want to place a buy order, so for
Mm-hmm.
buy order, the query params I will give like amount of the token, price of the token, side of the token, and type of the order. So that is buy. Side means by, and type is limit and none. So these things are there with respect to particular by API. So this thing I will enter in the API, and I will hit the send button. And
Mm-hmm.
once I get the response, I will check that if it is 200, then order should get submitted correctly. And after that I will check in the database that all the data are correctly stored or not, and like if I got any error, then what is the error, then I and that error I used to show to the developer, so this way I used to check the error.
Right, right. So apart from this, whether you get 200 or not, so you can add response assertions. So assertions are nothing but the checkpoints. You can validate whether your API response is correct or not by putting some assertions. You can put a response assertion, you can put size assertion. There are a number of assertions, those are available in Postman, right? And then you can run your API suite and you will come to know your API testing results, right? Yeah.
API scripts are also there, so, right?
Right, right. So if you know about REST assured, so you can automate your API testing. If you are aware about Postman tool, you can just functionally test your APIs, right?
I used to test functionality. Rest
Okay,
issues
okay.
I'm not.
So you are using Postman. Mm-hmm.
My next step is to learn it as well.
Okay, great. Okay, Nikhil, I am done with the interview. Do you have any questions for me?
Sir, suggestions and improvements for me.
Right. So these scenario-based questions, as we were discussing, right? You have to create a test plan for that digital music app. That was the question. Then the next question is how will you troubleshoot when the role-based access control has been given to all the users? Role-based access control is no longer functionality working, right?
Hmm.
Then how will you handle conflicts? So these are few of the points where you will have to groom yourself You can improve your analytical skills. What will happen in this scenario? What will happen in this? How will you approach this particular situation? What will you do as a tester in this scenario? So these things you
Yeah.
have to improve. Rest all looks good. Be confident, right? And I think you will be able to crack the real-time interview very soon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much, Nikhil. It was nice talking to you,
Yes.
right?
Nice to talk to you as well.
Yeah. Thank you so much and wish you all the best for your career.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you.